What's up, y'all? This your girl, Jay Rene with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This evening, we have a brother on the phone. His name is Lou. All right, he's a writer. And amongst that, he's a few other things. So we're going to holler at him, see what he got going on. He is currently incarcerated where I'm from, which is Delaware. So this one is definitely close to my heart. So I'm looking forward to it. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
You know.
I'm Lou Garden Price Senior, but you can call me Lou.
All right, Lou. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, Fort Greene. You know, I'm sure a lot of people heard of it, Bed-Stuy. I'm just kind of like I wouldn't describe myself as an average person, but I'm just a person. You know, just like anybody else. You know.
Right.
And I've let me see. I've been to college. I'm a paralegal. I'm an author. I wrote my first book back in 1987 when I was 19.
Wow.
So I really love writing. That's my passion.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get into that. You know what I mean? I've heard a lot about your writing. I've had the opportunity to read a little something by you. So we definitely gonna talk about that. I know that currently you're behind the G wall. So where are you at and how long have you been down?
Oh, I'm in James T. Vaughn Correctional Center in Smyrna, Delaware. And I've been down for a little bit over 20 yehave
Damn, bro. That's a hell of a bid to do on, standing tall. How have you stayed motivated over them 20 years?
Well, writing. You know, writing and believing in the Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, that those are two solid foundations for me. You know, that and family, and people like you. You know, people like you, and you know that I always come across the right people. I just been blessed.
Right.
You know?
I know that feeling. You know, we always got to count our blessings, and make sure that we acknowledge them. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you've had that to get you through. So you also said writing. So, give us an introduction on your writing. The thing that I read from you was something that you wrote about, Vaughn Prison, but there's much more that you've written. So, tell the people about that.
Well, I've had a couple books published in the past. I had a book called Latin Heat under the pen name BP Love. It was stood for Bulletproof Love with Precious Times Entertainment. I believe that company went under, but I just recently put out a book called Sosa from Scarface, which is all one title, no spaces in between. So when you go on Amazon or any of the sites, it's all online. So Sosa from Scarface is basically an extension of the Scarface movie.
Yeah, I know that you and me had talked about that. I had told you I haven't read, fiction in over 20 years, and you was letting me know that there's a lot of historical data in that, in that writing and stuff. So what did you mean by that? Give us a little more insight.
Well, one of the primary things that people like to sweep under the rug. When I say people, I mean white people. They like to sweep under the rug. Or especially our government and people that like to play ignorant. Is CIA drug trafficking. They get in the bed with these South American and Mexican and Central American and Asian drug lords, and same thing with Afghanistan, and they're taking in all of this money ever since Air America back in the 60s and the 70s. These CIA front companies. So I'm highlighting a lot of that inside of the book. So a lot of those so-called secrets are not even secrets because President Reagan himself was involved.
Right. So what made you decide to write something like that as opposed to, like urban fiction and, books like that?
Well, I saw the urban market getting so saturated, and it seemed to be redundant storytelling to me. So I veered off into something different, and I just felt the need that a greater story needed to be told. About the modern day perpetual slavery system, because the new Jim Crow. I mean, I'm living it. And CIA drug trafficking, what Ronald Reagan did, his administration, Oliver North, and all the others. This is what it perpetuated. It's real life stuff. The new slave ship is the prisons, and this is where it's at. So when I seen the movie, so many years later, and I was just recognizing it for what it was, I was like, this is all political, and I was like, I really understand it now.
Right. So what do you hope that readers get from your book when they read it?
Well, I hope they get taken for a really entertaining and enlightened ride. They're going to be entertained because that's just the nature of the Scarface Nation. The Scarface Nation is, you got billions of people on the planet Earth that, know all about the Scarface movie. But they don't know all of these particulars that I'm letting out in the Sosa from Scarface, The Saga Begins novel, which is 558 pages and is available on Amazon. But I'm hoping that they just get enlightened by it and, they're getting a real fresh look.
All right. Okay. All right. That's what's up. I can definitely respect that. And, I like history. I think most of us, everybody, what they call it, the tea now. Everybody want the tea, but, I appreciate that you brought it with, some entertainment at the same time. So that, that's highly appreciated. So, what's on the horizon in the future? Is there anything that you're working on now?
Of course. There's, I had to backtrack and go back into the urban genre because I felt the need for this story to tell. But it's when it's read, it's what people are gonna call, this is a breath of fresh air, because this is the same old redundant storytelling. There's a lot of dead material out there, and this isn't dead at all. So, Once Upon a Time in America, Part 1, the game is to be sold, not told, and then following behind that one, because it's a series, is Once Upon a Time in America, Part 2. He saw the barrel of the devil's gun, and then finally, in the series, or at least I think finally, because the story is morphing, so I don't know if it's going to be a fourth one. But Hell Hath No Fury, Like a Woman Scorned, is the third part. So it's a really enormous, it's a really big time story that's being told right now. And I'm on the third part, and ears are perking up everywhere about it. I got a couple contract deals on the horizon about it, and it's something that Dutch is looking into himself.
For sure. I love to hear that, bro. I'm looking forward to them coming out and, seeing how it evolves. I'm sure your fans and the ones that soon will be your fans will definitely look forward to it as well. I know that our time is limited, so, let me keep it moving. I want to ask you, I always ask those brothers that have done, a significant amount of time this question, what advice would you give?
You have 1 minute remaining.
All right, you got 1 minute. What advice would you give someone that's coming in and have a lot of time to face?
Well, I'd actually advise them to, find something, find a way to get out. Don't get stuck in here doing anything or doing nothing. Don't come in here twiddling your fingers. Find a way to enlighten yourself. Find God. You got to find a foundation. You got to find something to live for. You either got to find something to live for, or you got to find something to die for. You got to take a pick.
I hear that, bro. For sure. Right.
because they're both powerful.
You got that right. Well, I appreciate you, bro, for taking this time with us.
You got it.
And I'm sure we're going to hear much more from you.
Ain't no question about it. You take care.
Thank you for using GTL.
It's Prison Riot Radio, y'all. It's another call from behind the G-Wall. Real live interviews, real live people, real live stories, real live situation. Make sure you tune in. It's your girl, Jay Rene. Peace.